YouTube channel, podcast, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
The banking system is safe. Your deposits will be there when you need them.
What a joke that is. You know, they knew damn well that deposits weren't safe when they said that on March 13th, 2023. They knew damn well that was a lie. Biden, Powell, Yellen, Elizabeth Warren, the Senate House and Banking Committee, they all knew that was not true. They knew in 2021 that wasn't true. When the FDIC had a special meeting or secret meeting, however you want to phrase it, with Warren, the ranking member of the Senate Banking Committee, and back then Brown, who was the Sherrod Brown, who was the chairman, The FDIC met with them in 2021 to tell them, to inform them that if the banks failed, we do not have enough money to cover the depositors. And they were requesting that they go to Congress and approve a bailout or to put a safety net in, because they were concerned, because they knew from starting in 2014, 2008 to 2014, but especially 2014, they knew then in 2014 the banks were in trouble, because as we talked about all week, they knew they weren't making money because the banks were keeping rates too low for too long, and therefore all these regional banks that do most of their business with mortgage money can't make money keeping the rates too low. They knew that. But the other day, when he came out and said the banking system's safe, they knew that was a lie. It's just unbelievable. You know, it's kind of like today what's going on with the Fed. You'll hear from time to time people talk about the Fed. I don't understand the Fed. The Fed's always wrong. Well, it appears that way, okay? But you got to understand, the Federal Reserve is not there to fix the market. The Federal Reserve doesn't care about the stock market. It never has. The only thing it cares about is if there's some action that's going on in the market, like when we had that 2018 big drop in the market. Remember, the market went down about in 16 weeks, 22%. 2020, the market went down 31% in 5 weeks. And then again in 2021, we went down in 46 weeks, 38%. That's all they look at. They're not there to make to manage the stock market to make it better or worse. That's not what they do. They're too stupid to do that. They wouldn't know how to do it. And it's amazing how people, will follow the Federal Reserve thinking, with all if they're going to cut rates, not cut rates. What do? Follow them. Now, you follow the bond market. The bond market, I tell my members this every day. If you take the bond market, that's what you follow. The bond market will tell you what the stock market's doing. Especially when they're telling you, the fake business network, how everything's wonderful and their Goldilocks economy and everything's great, just like in 2007, before the 2008 crash. Remember that? Kudlow. It's all he kept saying every night till they threw him off the air. I don't see anything wrong. We have a Goldilocks economy. I don't see anything wrong in the housing market. Remember all that? But the bond market was telling you that we're heading for a crash, just like the bond market's telling us that now. I am telling you, and I tell my members every day, that when the Qs break, okay, when the Qs come down and they break back through that, and you can mark this down, the candlestick on March 13th, where the low was about 293, I think it was at that time. I'll give it to you here. The low was 285. If it breaks that 285, the bond market is telling us we're going down. The bond market is telling us we're going down anyways. The bond market is telling us don't listen to the fake business network. They're lying to you. If you really want to know what's going on in the economy, you don't look to the Fed. You don't look to CNBC or Fox Business. You really want to know what's going on in the economy? Ask the electrician who's at your house working, or the air conditioner guys came over to your house to fix your air conditioner. He'll tell you what's going on. He's more in touch with the economy than those dopes. The truck driver, he'll tell you what's really going on in the economy, and he'll be right. The bricklayer, the steel worker, the shelf stuffer at the local supermarket, they'll always be right. I mean, it's funny. The only thing that the Fed does is react to big moves. That's it. And when they react to the big moves, most of the time they overdo it. They raise rates too much or too little. So, don't depend on the one thing that will always keep you straight is a combination of understanding the bond market and understanding the trend. The trend is your friend. The money flow is your friend. It'll never, never let you down. the strongest combination is to understand how the bond market works and understand the color-coded chart. Those two are powerful, very powerful. So a day like today, when they report, you don't make moves on what they're saying because the market's going to be volatile. By tomorrow, we'll know. Everything will be sorted out tomorrow. But the bond market's not. But the bond market is telling me already what's going to happen. That they're going to keep on trying to rally this market, probably for another week or so. They're going to keep trying to push the bond market down. They're going to keep trying to push yields down because they are petrified. And the more they push yields down, and just go to the 10-year Treasury yield, you can go get it at CNBC, put the chart up, use the same one I use, and every day when you see them pushing the yields down, you know the dollar's going to go down. You know your golds are going to go up. You know your tech stocks are going to go up. Always happens. When they keep on pushing, and they're going to keep pushing down the yields because they know that if the tech market, if the Qs drop below that low I just gave you on March 13th, that all hell's going to break loose. All hell's going to break loose. So after they did their little song and dance here today, we added a little bit to our Apple stock, a little bit to the Qs, because we know in the next couple of weeks the bond market's telling us clearly they're going to keep trying to push these yields down and keep trying to rally the market. Then it's going to give it all up, and we're going to break through that low of March 13th, and we're going to have one hell of a crash. You can't believe what they're telling you. I mean, think about, remember when they came out and they said this here? Remember when Biden said this again?
The banking system is safe. Your deposits will be there when you need them.
God, they knew that was a lie. They knew that was a total lie. If you go back and you take a look, all right, and if you go back to February, okay, or you go back to, let's say 2014 to 2018, from 2014 to 2018, when they were saying everything was fine, it was not. It was in real trouble, 2014, 2018, and they kept masking it because they knew we were in deep trouble then. More when we get back. Join my gang, free for 10 days. Check it out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Bill, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Bill's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
philsgang.com. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Bill Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, you can listen to us, my podcast, on YouTube, Rumble, Apple, Facebook. Okay? All right. So let's go back a little bit, and this will probably help you out. Let's go back to July of 2022. Biden, Powell, Janet Yellen said this.
We've had several months of high inflation that most economists, including me, believe will be transitory.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Now, on March 9th, let's go fast forward to 2023. Elizabeth Warren acted really surprised that the SVB and the Signature Bank collapsed, and we need to do something about it.
It's perfectly clear that these regulators were asleep at the switch.
Yeah, she knew nothing about it. But isn't it interesting? She's been on the Senate Banking Committee since 2013. Oh, she knew nothing about it, though. Even though every June, sitting on the Senate Banking Committee, they do a stress test on the banks every June. And then they read the stress test. And the stress test going back
in 2021 identified that the banks were in trouble, that the regional banks were in trouble, that they didn't have enough money to cover all these deposits, that the FDIC was in trouble, rather. They didn't have money, and they knew that the banks were in trouble because of the fact with the rates being so low for 13 years, they weren't making money on their mortgages. So on March 13th, that's when she acted surprised on March 9th, 2023. We got to look at regulations. I'm shocked. March 13th, 2023, when Biden turned around and said all depositors were safe. Oh, that really got me.
The banking system is safe. Your deposits will be there when you need them.
That wasn't true. That was a total lie. Not true. Biden knew it. Yellen knew it. Certainly Elizabeth Warren, who's been on the committee since 2013, she knew it because she was reading all the up-to-date stress tests. But let's go back to 2021. The FDIC met with the Senate Banking Committee, Elizabeth Warren, and the chairperson, because Elizabeth Warren, remember, she was the top dog. And then you had Sharon Brown, who was the head of the FDIC, the chair. And the FDIC sat down and told, look, this is 2021. From 2014 to 2021, they see the banks getting worse and worse and worse, the regional banks. And they asked, hey, we're not going to have enough money. We're not going to have enough money if these banks go down. We can't cover all of our depositors. We need congressional approval for a bailout. Well, they weren't going to go and tell Congress. Are you kidding me? They kicked that depositor rescue plan down the road. Why? Because the American Rescue Plan was in play. The plan that increased our inflation by a 40-year high, that was in play. Do you think they're going to come out now and tell the world and tell the congressmen, hey, guess what? We got a problem. We can't cover depositors. Oh, but by the way, we want you to pass the American Rescue Plan, which is going to give us the highest inflation in 40 years. What are you, nuts? They knew that. Now, March 12, 2021, the American Rescue Plan is passed. The Americans don't know what's going on with depositors. Oh, Warren does. Yellen does. The president knows. Senate Banking Committee knows. Housing Committee knows. So now on June 2022, the FDIC still needs the bailout, right? But they're going to ask for can we get the bailout now? Well, guess what? June 2022, the banking stress test, the new one came in. $600 billion in bank losses. Whoa! But there was a problem. We can't do it now. Why? Because we got to pass the omnibus bill. So here they are in June 2022, FDIC still begging them for money, knowing that these banks are going to go down. They can't pay the depositors. And at the same time in June, the new banking stress test comes back showing that the banks are upside down $600 billion. And November, now remember, that's June. November comes, 2022, okay? And our money supply goes negative. That's a big deal. Our money supply goes negative. So think about what they're doing. In March, they passed the rescue plan. We're not going to tell anybody about the problem with depositors. June 2022, the FDIC goes back again. Hey, we need money. June 2022, banking stress test says, hey, banks are upside down $600 billion. November 2022, our money supply goes negative. You know what that means? That's the worst thing ever can happen to you. The money supply the consequences are horrible. When the money supply goes negative, lending dries up. It doesn't exist. Lending to small businesses, stop. Lending to large companies, stop. Large companies stop business investment. Then comes layoffs. They kept this all a secret. Why? Because they wanted to get through the omnibus bill. And they passed that in December 2022. But they kept it a secret that the money supply was negative. You didn't hear one person on Fox, one person on any of the stations, any of the financial stations, Bloomberg, Fox, CNBC. Nobody came out and said, hey, do you know our money supply went negative? That means we are in a guaranteed recession. That means our economy is going to stop growing. That means we are going to have one hell of a crash. But nobody said a word. Why? Because, see, they don't care about us. They just wanted to get the American Rescue Plan through in March of 2021, and they want to get the Omnibus Bill through in December 2022. And between that March of 2021, the American Rescue Plan, and the Omnibus Bill in December 2022, everything was falling apart. Our money supply went negative.
Or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, you know, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on their show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Bill, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this. But it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
You know, it's interesting. Like, the Fed didn't know in 2008 when they did the first $3 trillion of QE1, QE2, the twist, QE4. That was $3 trillion they printed to drive the yields down. First of all, to print that money to go buy 10-year treasuries so that the yield on the treasury would go down. And when you push those yields down, QE, push those yields down, and your treasury yields keep going down, the purpose was to rally the tech stocks. Remember, the 2008 QE, there was a purpose to it. To only rally one group of stocks, not the value stocks. You can't rally the value stocks because who's going to buy value? Speculators don't buy value stocks. Speculators buy tech stocks, growth stocks. Why? Because they do not care about the value. They don't care if they're paying $19 for every $1 of earnings, okay, or $8 or $7. If they're paying $19 for every $1 of earnings and they know it's only worth $8 instead of $19, they don't care as long as there's enough free money that they can buy those stocks and drive the market. And that's what they did. So from 2008 to 2014, this was all a plan. QE, okay, they all knew this was going to blow up, but everybody would get rich. Who's everybody? Wall Street would get rich. The guy on Main Street, he thinks he's getting rich because with low rates, he could go buy furniture. He could go buy a car. He could go buy his Jeep. He could go buy a house. He thinks he's doing good, but he doesn't know he's getting screwed at the end. So QE was all set up for a con job. Print money, buy treasuries, so people can buy a house. Then the other side was of the con, let's print money, let's print all this money and buy some more treasuries, which will drop the yield down, which will help housing. But by dropping that yield down even lower, we at the Fed, who sets our own rates, nobody tells us what to do. We set our own rates, but we have to give ourselves cover. We can't set a rate at 0 if 10-year treasury yields, okay, are up at 7. Can't do that. So they gave themselves cover by again, printing, creating inflation. Every time you print and you buy treasury, you print money to buy treasury, that's more inflation. They knew that. But the Federal Reserve, okay, who works with Wall Street, only want to do one thing, get those short
short-term rates down to zero, that's the money they're going to use to loan to the tech companies so they can go in and buy their own stock. Keep reducing the amount of shares they have outstanding. That means they don't have to have profits to drive a stock from $5 to $500. They can lose money every year, but still drive a growth stock from $5 to $500. Because after all, as long as money is free, you're going to have every speculator, especially the tourist speculators, come in and buy Apple, buy Microsoft. Oh, you hear, buy Apple, buy Microsoft. Hell, we bought some more Apple today because we know one thing they're going to do in the next week. Until this market crashes and goes through that low that we on the 13th, they're going to keep buying Apple. And they're going to keep buying the Qs. Why? Because they're going to keep trying to press the yields down. So they had, what a combination. Keep driving the QE, keep driving the 10-year Treasury yield down to give them cover, so the Federal Reserve could drive their rates to zero to give that money to loan to corporations. They can keep buying their own shares, so they didn't need to have profits to move the stock market up for 13 years. Now what happens? Now all of a sudden the money supply that's been positive for 30 years turns negative. Why? Because the Federal Reserve's creating all this inflation to buy Treasury to drop these mortgage rates down. And then, of course, to get the short-term Fed rate to justify them bring it down to zero. So now what's happening is inflation. Oh, but it's transitory. So there's our money supply, positive for 30 years. All of a sudden, we go from, the Fed fund rate goes from 0 to 4.75. November 2022, our money supply goes negative. Do you understand what that is? That's like an atomic bomb in finance. It goes negative. That means we are in a recession, but they lie. It means our economic growth is over. We're contracting. It means when you let your money supply go negative, you can't now go out and buy a car or a mortgage, buy a house because you can't get low rates. Small businesses, which drive our economy, startup business. You can't start a business. You can't go to the bank and borrow money low enough. Existing small businesses can't borrow money to get a line of credit for their inventory. How many people are getting notices, especially businesses, that the bank's cutting back your lines of credit? Banks are even cutting back the amount of credit card money you have available on your credit card. So now the FDIC is sitting there, and they go, oh my God, these banks, 2014 to 2022, oh my God, look what's going on here. We can't cover, when these banks go down, we cannot cover the depositors. We have $121 billion to cover 20 trillion deposits. We better go talk to Elizabeth Warren and the chairman. They'll help us out. We'll go to them, the head of the Senate Banking Committee. They'll help us out. They go to the meeting and they go, well, we can't help you right now. I'm sorry. Well, why can't you help us? We won't have any money to cover these deposits. We just can't do it because we got to get the American Rescue Plan through. If we come out right now and go to Congress and it comes out and tells everybody their money they have at the bank is not covered, are you nuts? We got to get the American Rescue Plan because we're Americans. We're American congressmen. We look out for the good. Yeah, but wait a minute. We need money to cover the depositors, and the American Rescue Plan really sucks because it's going to cause inflation to go to a 40-year high. Come on. No. American Rescue Plan. Now it finally gets passed, right? They go back in June. Okay, they go back in June 2022. Hey, we need to bail out now. Oops, we just got in the mail the bank stress test. So Warren sits there, goes through the bank stress test and says, banks are upside down $600 billion. And the FDIC said, what have we been telling you? We told you that a year ago. The banks are upside down. Now you have to wait for the stress test? Come on, let's get going here. Loan us an emergency loan so we can cover depositors when these banks go down. No, we got the omnibus bill. We got to take care of our president. He's our leader. We got to get through the American Rescue Plan for him. We got that through. Now we got to get through the omnibus bill. And that's going to come up in December. Now, this is June they're talking. They know the omnibus bill is going to be around December. Now what happens? November. Go June, July, August, September, October, November. The money supply goes negative. The worst thing that could possibly happen in the world. It goes negative. They go back again. Hey, can we get a loan, the FDIC, so we can cover our depositors? No, we got to get the omnibus bill through. That's what's more important, the omnibus bill. Because we got to build, what's it called, the LGBTQE, what the hell they building for, a museum. We got to build
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Philsgang.com. Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. Phil'sGang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With Phil'sGang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to Phil'sGang.com. Phil'sGang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So they've got their priorities all screwed up. They've had them all screwed up since January 2021 when they decided to get rid of the oil and gas, cut 72% of our production. Okay, they thought that we shouldn't have oil. We should go to our enemies and get oil. That caused everything to go up big time. Cars, gasoline went up 75, 80%. You know the whole story. I don't have to go through it. But we still make money. Phil's Gang still makes money, whether the market's going up or the market's going down, because we know how to sell short. But as important, we understand how the market works. So that's why I beg you every day to join the gang. 85% of you lose money in the stock market. Because, one, you don't understand how it works. You listen to these dopes. I mean, listen to these people who are telling you everything's great. Remember, everything's great. Everything's terrific.
I don't know where people think things are bad if everybody says things are so amazing.
Yeah, right.
The economy's doing all right.
Yeah, everything's fine. Consumers look strong.
And at the end of the day, the consumer looks immensely strong. So much so that many people are willing to quit their jobs. They've got so much in savings. It's a remarkable situation, Hadley. It kind of reminds me of the late 50s, early 60s.
I mean, come on. But if you understand how the market works, you understand, watch the bond market, take the bond market and take my Pro 2 color-coded chart, you'll never be wrong. Never. You always have the trend of money. Once you know which way the money's trending, you got it. It's always follow the money. Every crime, follow the money. Everything's follow the money, right? Nothing different. Same thing with the stock market. You follow the money. You don't follow the fake business news networks. If you follow what they say, or if you follow what the Fed says, you're always going to be wrong. The one thing I know right now is if I look at my chart, okay, and I can tell on my Pro 2 color-coded chart right now the Qs turn green. Now that makes sense because they're going to do everything in their power to keep on taking the 10-year treasuries. They're going to keep printing money. The Federal Reserve is going to tell Treasury to print money, give it to them. And they're going to take the interest income they have from the $8 trillion in treasuries on their balance sheet, and they're going to keep doing QE. They're going to keep doing QE. It's called stealth QE. So my color-coded chart tells me on the Qs, I'm going to stay with my Qs. Matter of fact, I think we added some today to the Qs. I look at now I want to go and look at let's go look at the 10-year treasury. There you go. Look at this. They've been pushing the yields down since what time today? I think it's been, what's the time there? I don't know, around noon, I guess. They've been pushing the yields down. Why are they pushing the yields down? Because they're trying to push the Qs up. But my color-coded chart, see, with my color-coded chart, I saw it turn green. Your chart's not turning green. You have these charts that are green, red. The candlestick's green. Another one's red. Another one's green. You don't know. Mine, or color-coded, is telling me money is going into the Qs. And I go and I look at my 10-year treasury, and sure enough, it's on anybody can look it up. Go to CNBC. They have a U.S. 10-year treasury chart. And you can see how they're pushing the yield down. So that means by pushing the yields down, they're going to try to keep those Qs above that 250-day moving average on the 13th of March. They're going to keep trying to keep those up. And then you go to a tech stock that everybody buys, all the tourist. Apple, buy Apple. Everybody buys Apple. They go to bed. They don't count sheep anymore at night. They count Apple. So you go buy some Apple. It's all green. My color-coded chart. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and today green, all green. So I got them pushing the yield down on my 10-year Treasury chart, telling me that the Qs are going to go up. Apple's going to go up. Then I can go through any of my other big tech stocks and see which ones are going up. Now, what about the bank stocks? Well, the bank stocks screwed, man, because the bank stocks, okay, if you take the ETF, I've been telling my gang, as soon as the banks make new lows, especially XLF, the ETF, once it takes out its low of around $30.90, we're at $31.33. Keep shorting. Any of our tech stocks. Morgan Stanley, it's now trading at $27. It went up from $83 up to about $89, but it told us it wasn't going to. It won't sustain that rally. So in other words, when you look at my color-coded chart, Morgan Stanley was at a low around $83. They pushed it up to about $89. But because my color-coded chart shows it's red, it's telling me money's coming out. And then understanding the bond market, which tells me the truth, not these morons on the Fake Business Network, because my color-coded chart Pro 2 is red. Now I look at the bond market, and if they're pushing the bond market down, they're pushing the bonds down, the yields down. The banks need high yields, not low yields. So that means I'm going to stay short my banks. But I'm going to be long two popular text groups, my Qs, of course, and Apple. Then if they're going to keep pushing the yields down, I'm going to go and buy some gold, buy some more gold mining stocks. And we've done terrific with our gold mining stocks, because every time they push those yields down, dollar goes down and gold's going up. And guess what? My gold stocks, my GLD today went from $180, it's now up to $183. My GDX mining stock, okay, that's doing nicely. That's also up on a day. It went from $30 to $30.65. So my GLD is doing good. My GDX is doing good. My AU's been doing terrific. Our AU, we really did great with that. It started to turn green around $19, okay, and 80 cents, and today's $21.07. With the market down 400 points. Think about it. The market's down 400 points, but my gold stocks are up 6%. My members are making money. My gold stocks are up, okay? They're doing good. And I know I know the Qs are going to be fine. Okay, Qs are going to be fine because they have no choice to keep pushing down the bond market, pushing down the yields, keep selling these bonds. They got to keep selling. They got to keep pushing down the bond market. Okay, they got to keep printing money, and then they got to go and they got to take the interest income that they're getting from the 8 trillion yields, take that interest, print some money, go to the auction and buy some more bonds, because they need to push the yields back down. Okay, and by pushing those yields down, okay, my market's going to go. The oil's going to go up. We're doing good with oil. That's going to go up. My tech stocks are going to go up. So my oil stocks are going to go up. My tech stocks are going to go up. My semis are going to go up. Now they're not going to stay there forever, of course, because we're going to make a whole new low. Just understand what I'm telling you. You can mark this down. Today's date, 3/22. That when the Qs take out 285.41, this whole market is going to panic and go down. I was right on January 16, 2018. I said, this is it. It's over. The 13-year rally is over. How do we know that? Because we saw from 2014 to 2018, things were getting a lot worse. The banks were in real deep trouble. They weren't making money. They had to start buying bonds to make money. When you see your bank
has to buy bonds to make money. They can't buy money on giving you a mortgage or giving you a car loan. They got to go buy bonds. It's over. And that started in 2014. We're still going on 2018. And then when they turn around and your money supply goes negative, are you kidding me? How can anybody think this market's going to be fine? Now, the stock market's saying the market's going to be fine, but the bond market tells the truth, not the stock market. So November 2022, the money supply went negative. And then look what happened this January. It got worse. But when you listen to CNBC and all them, they tell you everything's just fine.
And at the end of the day, the consumer looks immensely strong.
Join my gang. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.